The reason we do online training is because it allows the student staff to have more interaction in the classroom, and the material that doesn't allow the students to interact and requires more reading or requires watching a video can be done at home at their own pace to make sure they really understand the material.
We do online training to help incorporate new members into the actual policies and procedures of residential housing and education, as well as how to deal with certain situations on campus, what are general policy and procedures, but it sets a nice standard for everyone across the board.
So I think one of the most beneficial parts of the online training is that, whether you're a returner or a new staff member, getting into the mindset of being a CA or whatever your staff member position is, and that way you can get the most out of training after the fact. So for returning staff, really, we already have the requisite knowledge of being a staff member. We understand, most of the policies of the school and that sort of thing. But I think also it serves as a great refresher, of some of the topics that we wouldn't necessarily cover in actual staff training in August. It helps us kind of, even prepare ourselves for those kinds of discussions that we have during training, where we already have the knowledge we need to help out the new staff members as well.
It benefited me as a new staff member because it did allow me to go through it at my own pace, and I didn't have to feel silly asking questions. I could go back and look at it again until I understood it. It allows training in August to have more interaction and to allow you to get to know who you're working with a little bit better, getting to know your bosses and your boss's bosses.
Not only to establish that everyone is on the same level when they originally come in, but allow more time to get into more meaningful conversations on what to do in specific situations and talk about previous experiences now and help us looking forward to the future rather than focusing on the nitty-gritty details that is associated with every floor position.
So while I think new staff members would definitely benefit the most from the online training, I think they serve as a great refresher and therefore better serve as resources and mentors for the new staff members, be there for any questions they may have about things that were unclear during the online training and things of that nature.